You are listening to Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Now let's head to the field with Dave Carter.
And a very pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. You are looking live at historic House Park Field here in downtown Austin, Texas, down on the shores of Shoal Creek. Tonight it is the second week of Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford, and we have a great matchup here between the Westwood Warriors and the Austin High Maroons. Hello, folks. David Carter joining you here this week on the broadcast. So pleased to be here with you. Alongside me is my partner in crime on the broadcast. He is the Blue Light Special of Williamson County, my friend Kmart. Kevin Martin, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, Dave. It's fantastic to be here in the friendly confines of House Park. First time here in a long, long time.
Oh, many years, folks. We are, Kevin and I, both AISD graduates from way back in the day, but live in the Round Rock area and had kids that go to Round Rock High School. And I tell you, it has been a while since we've been here. You talk about a cozy stadium. We've been talking about it. It's a chore to get up this stairwell into this thing, but we are right on top of the stadium. Really excited about the venue and where we are and what this matchup holds. You know, really couldn't be a better place to be watching a ball game from where we are, and we're glad to bring it to you. Kmart, I know you've done a little bit of looking here on the matchup. I think you know kind of what's happened last week as far as Westwood goes and Austin goes. Tell us a little bit about what you discovered over the week.
Well, obviously our listeners here tonight, they're familiar with the Westwood Warriors. They went out last week and they played Georgetown Eastview and won 34-20. Had a pretty good outing. The star of the show was young Damani Stewart, who just was lights out, 200 yards rushing, couple touchdowns. The offense was great. The defense had a couple of picks, ran one in, big return. Really great outing for the Westwood Warriors, and it was a competitive game until they pulled away in the fourth quarter. So great show.
I don't think you can ask for a better start to get off to 1-0, and Westwood being where they are right now, a good opportunity, I think, against this Austin High team that played Stony Point last week, as I recall, and that was a tough matchup between Stony Point and Austin, and Stony Point coming back in that game and getting the victory. So two Round Rock ISD schools getting some victories last week, getting some momentum. I know that MacLeod got a win last week. Round Rock and Cedar Ridge both losing last week. That's kind of a flip of the script that's typically happened in Round Rock ISD.
It is. Obviously, those are non-district games for everyone right now, but if you look at the list of teams ranked by wins, it's a little bit upside down. Of course, Vandergrift is up there with the winners, but Round Rock and Cedar Ridge looking from the bottom up and trying to get something going tomorrow.
Well, and you're absolutely right. And the second week is always that kind of exciting week to see where teams kind of iron out those problems and get those kinks shaked out. So it's going to be really fun watching Westwood here, how they perform against Austin. Austin probably frustrated with the loss, hoping that they can reverse the script. So it should be a terrific matchup here this week, I think. Folks, you can see from the camera on the field right now, it's still bright and sunny over on the other side. We're pointing from the visitor side. So what we're going to do here is take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back, do a little bit more analysis here. We'll have the pregame, and we'll have kickoff here before you know it. This is, again, Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Longtime MacLeod parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local. RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain, veteran owned and operated, serving Central Texas for the last 10 years. Residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach Charles Taylor, plus Andrew Petter from the Georgetown Eagles and wide receiver Adrian Wilson of the Weiss Wolves. Tuesday nights, Under the Lights.
Tuesday nights at 8. Only on Talk 1370.
Back here at House Park about 10 minutes before kickoff, and we'll bring you all of the highlights here in the national anthem coming up in just a little bit. Bottom line, just talking about the fact that Westwood off to a nice 1-0 start and getting momentum right here. I truly believe, Kmart, that if Westwood gets the victory here right now, it positions them, at least from a mental standpoint, that they feel like they're really gearing up for the playoffs potentially, even before district starts.
Absolutely. Well, it's always great to start the season off with a win and get a couple of wins under your belt here in non-district play, and step into district play a couple of weeks down the road, and maybe you're looking around and you have a really good sense of what you can accomplish or have accomplished. Can carry that into some wins down the road.
Could not agree with you more. And folks, we were mentioning earlier, some of the stars of the game last week on offense for Westwood. You had Owen Norrell, excuse me. I'll get that straight during the game. A number 10 at quarterback, and then Damani Stewart, of course, at running back. But Marquise Murray, had a terrific game at wide receiver. And we just discovered and didn't know it talking to the coaching staff up here in the box, which, by the way, is the smallest press box in the universe. But they were telling us that young man's a freshman.
That is outstanding. I'm sure the coaching staff saw him as when he was in middle school But when he comes up to the high school level, I say, we've got to get this young man on the field at the varsity level.
You really just don't see that at all in 6A in the state of Texas, getting freshmen on a varsity football field. And again, talking to the coaching staff here for Westwood, they said that young man is an absolute rising star. That's number 2 on the field. We'll definitely be paying attention to him throughout the game. Austin High last week, again, had a good game against Stony Point. It just didn't go their way. If I recall correctly, Austin High, I think, got out to a 14-point lead, and then Stony Point just chipped away and chipped away and chipped away and got in front of them at the end of the game. But their key players, if I understand it correctly, Kmart, again, we were talking about John Latham at quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, and then they also have Bryson Batts, who's a big running back and receiving threat, if I'm not mistaken.
Running back, receiver, and return man. He does it all for those guys. And he had a really big season last year, and he just picked up where he left off last week.
Pretty awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, Westwood Warrior Nation, as we're getting ready for the players to come out of the locker rooms here, now we're facing, with the camera, we're actually facing towards the west. So what you see on the other side of the stadium, of course, is the home side field for Austin High. Typically, you'll find everybody in one press box on the home side. This stadium is not like that. It was built 100 years ago. Even you're talking about the locker room setup, the locker rooms are over in the end zone on the north side, and they aren't part of the original configuration of this stadium. Those were built on afterwards. We will, as the teams are coming out, and in fact, Austin High is heading out of the locker rooms right now as we see them. We have a text line that we do for our broadcast typically. A lot of those Round Rock High School games, we have a text line. We're going to be doing that here for you for the Westwood program this week and next week as well against the Bastrop Bears, if I'm not mistaken, is who you're playing next week. That text line throughout the game, we'll put the number up, but we do want you to text into us and give shout-outs to the players or the band members or the drill team members or cheerleaders that you want to give a shout-out to here, and we will absolutely do that shout-out on the broadcast. That number is 512-843-5205. If you give a shout-out and text us, let us know who you are, where you're texting from, and who that shout-out is for, and we'll absolutely do that during the broadcast. We feel like that brings a great element of bringing in a lot of the grandparents and extended family around the country. For heaven's sake, we get texts in here sometimes from all over the country and even internationally occasionally.
We've had some really great ones internationally. We would definitely appreciate everyone who texts us, reaches out, and supports their young student athletes. Again, Dave, you mentioned it usually for Round Rock, but I'm sure we'll get some of the same here for Westwood. We're really looking forward to hearing from everyone.
Without a doubt. And in fact, Westwood's playing their school song right now. We'll turn up that stadium mic here just a little bit so we can hear some of that. Westwood Warrior Band under the direction of Thomas Turpin. Great program. All the Round Rock ISD band programs always do us proud. And great to hear the school song as we await about the next 6 minutes before kickoff. Kmart, what do you think, man? Give me some keys to the game here for Westwood to be successful and pull out the victory.
Well, it almost always comes down to a few key fundamentals. Take care of the ball and keep away from those other guys, the Austin High School Maroons. But again, play smart, play disciplined. We've seen a few other games around the district that didn't play especially disciplined last week, and it came back to bite them. So disciplined football, take care of the ball, and just chip away. Get points where you can. You don't have to win on the first possession.
Boy, howdy. And I mean, that is absolutely, I think the key here is just to play within yourself. I think the Westwood program, looking at what they are and what they bring to this game, you'd have to consider them the favorite without question. So it's like you've got to eliminate any of the dumb mistakes. Don't have the key penalties in bad places. Don't have the turnovers. And if you can manage the game and manage the plays within that, I think you come out with a victory. We actually do have a couple of texts in. The first one that came in, it says, hey, shout out to Warrior Nation from the Palace. It says, go Wood. That's from Rick Epstein and iHSFAN over at the Palace, I guess, watching our other games going on the program. Good to hear from you, Rick. We love having the text. And we got one more here. Looks like we have. It says, I'd like to say good luck to Marquise Murray II from his family in Tyler, Texas. We love hearing that. Tyler, Texas is one of my favorite towns Man, I don't think I've ever had better ribs in my life.
Wow.
Than the Country Tavern up between Tyler and I believe it's Kilgore. You folks will have to text me if I'm right about that, but we love Tyler, Texas. Love hearing from you, no question. And look at that, yet another one. It says a shout out here to Jacob Brown, a sophomore, number 40 on the defensive line for Westwood, and a shout out from his aunt Molly Greer, I believe, watching live from Weatherford, Texas. Go Warriors, and here they come down the field. Let me tell you, I don't know if there's anything better than Friday night football except for Thursday night football in Austin, Texas. That just gets you excited no matter who you are. Love high school football. Another shout out here to Owen and Drew Norrell. That's from grandmother Norrell. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And one more here. It says this is Stewart's family for Westwood, number 11, Damani Stewart. And it says thank you for broadcasting and giving our family that's not in Austin the opportunity to watch the game. Go Wood. Hope to have a fantastic season. I think Coach Wood and Westwood are absolutely geared up for a terrific season this year. It looks like this may be the year for them, and could not be more excited to bring you this game.
It's going to be fun to see the Warriors here tonight. Get to see a program we don't normally see, unless we see them once a year normally. So let's see what these Warriors have got.
Well, I think they've got enough, no question. And Austin High, I think they're still stuck over in their little tent on the other side. They're just taking their sweet time coming out here.
Well, they're building the tension. Here they come.
Building a little excitement. Throwing the fire extinguisher out in front of the Maroons as they come out on the field. The old Notre Dame fight song, how does that not get you excited about football also? Really, the major opening weekend of college football. Could not be more excited this Labor Day weekend. Have to give a shout out to my mother-in-law. She's a graduate of Austin High School back in the day. We know that song well. One more shout out here we got just in. It says, good luck, Warriors. Marquise Murray's grandparents, again, from Tyler, Texas. Thank you again for that text. We appreciate it. And the national anthem will be coming up here in just a short moment. And then we will bring you the coin toss. And then it will be football time in Texas.
Football time in Central Texas, Central Austin. This is a great venue here.
Boy, I tell you what, in the burnt orange and the maroon, you seeing that on the field, man. Brings up the echoes of days gone by that'll be coming back soon. Those Longhorns and Aggies. Captains going out onto the field right now. You've got for your Westwood Warriors, number 6, that's Scott Uffelman. Number 10, Quinn Norrell. Number 12, Mike Davis. Number 18, Fred Fisher. We'll let the public address announcer handle it for us.
Number 5, Ethan Tony. Number 9, Matt Malone. Number 24, Darrell Jones. And number 33, Anthony Rodriguez.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, tell him just put his extra one in the box.
Austin High wins the toss. Will defer to the second half.
And as you can see, Austin High did win the toss deferred, and Westwood's going to be taking the ball from the north side. Really not much of a breeze here in the stadiums. Still temperatures well into the 90s. All the flags that are out right now are definitely draped down, so wind should not be that much of a factor. And the national anthem to come, we're going to take it to the public address announcer.
Stand for the national anthem. Sung by the Austin High Choir.
Great job on the national anthem by the Austin High School Choir. One more shout out here before the game starts. It says, just wanted to wish Chase Cunningham good luck on his first start of the year at linebacker for Westwood, and that's from his aunt and uncle in Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you so much for that text. We are excited to bring you some high school football here. Sit back and relax. Join us for the next couple of hours.
All right, football fans.
And as you can tell, this is a pretty intimate environment here. We do have the coaches here in the booth with us, which is not typical. So you may hear some noises. You may hear some shouting. It's not us, okay? But these coaches sometimes get excited. We'll try to get excited with them.
And actually, we were able to have the press box windows open, which is not something we can normally do. We have the crowd literally 25 feet away from us.
Oh, really do. I mean, and this thing juts straight up over the stands. It's a great venue, and it's a great viewpoint for us. A couple more shout-outs right before kickoff. Good luck, Marquise, from Aunt Carolyn from Tyler, Texas as well. Love that. Thank you so much. And one more, again, good luck, Warriors, and Marquise Murray, the second from Aunt Sherry from Tyler. There you go. So here we go. Back to deep receive for Westwood. Number 1, Brian Perkins, and number 6, it looks like Scott Uffelman. And in to perform the kick duties for Austin High School, that's number 28. Nice open hole right up the middle, all the way out to the 40-yard line. No flags on the play. Great starting field position for the Warriors.
Fantastic start. So, yeah, great return by Uffelman.
I thought he was going to bust that thing all the way for a second. It looked like a parting in the Red Sea. Good job on the special teams.
First and 10 on the 40 for the Warriors. Austin High, let's make some noise.
Here comes Mr. Norrell.
So Norrell in the shotgun, offset to the right by Stewart. Twins to the left on receivers. And it is a handoff coming up the left side, and a good job on the first carry. About 3 yards out to the 43. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Watching the highlights last week for the game against for the Westwood Warriors game last week against Eastview, yeah, Stewart was able to pick up 4, 5, 6 yards regularly and made first downs look easy. So we'll see if we get that tonight.
Handoff once again coming up the left side. Good penetration by Austin, but getting past the line of scrimmage and gaining about 5 yards on the run. Nice job, number 11. That's Damani Stewart.
There we go. Another quick 5 yards.
3rd and 1 for the Warriors.
I would not be shocked to see a steady diet of Damani Stewart here.
Oh, after those first 2 runs, I agree with you, partner. So 3rd and 1 from the 49. Bread and butter play, going back to the same thing to the well, and you've got about 3 yards into Austin High territory and a first down.
Yeah, he just got tripped up just a little bit as he was turning the corner, was not able to maintain his footing.
Westwood setting up essentially in the same formation, all 3 plays running very similar play styles and having great success and getting the first down. Twin receivers both sides now. And Stewart offset right. A quick pass out to the outside. Caught right about the line of scrimmage and gaining nothing on the play was Perkins. It should be 2nd down and 10.
And a tackle there by Khalil Green, defensive back for Austin. Halting that forward progress.
Just underway here in the ball game of the first quarter. About 10 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Now trip receivers to the right side on the strong side. An empty back set. Quick pass out on the left side and nicely done all the way to the 39-yard line. A gain of looks like about 9. It should be 2nd and 1.
Nice catch by Brian Perkins there. Held up by Miles Kim there along the sideline. But a great 8-yard, 9-yard pickup nonetheless.
3rd down and 1. And again, the tempo on that play was excellent. Really like the quick hit of it. A great play design. And getting into 3rd and manageable. Stewart now in the backfield, offset to the right side, and that ball is handed off to Stewart up the middle, getting and churning those yards all the way out to about the 36, but it'll be a first down for the Warriors.
There were a host of Maroons there to make the tackle, but it looked like at the bottom of the pile was Matt Malone, the defensive lineman.
A host of Maroons? What is that?
I can't even tell you. For that, we have to know what a Maroon is.
A gaggle of Maroons?
Gaggle. A school. A
plethora of Maroons.
First down. Are they maroon sweaters?
You can't tell. Full house backfield. Ball is snapped and is off to the right side. Gaining about 3 yards, it looks like. And actually down at the 34. It will be 2nd down and 8.
Khalil Green on the tackle again. Seems like maybe that's a name we'll say a few times for tonight for the Maroons defense. Maroon Pinatas, that's what I was looking for with the plethora.
That's what it is. Good crowd of Austin High Maroons, and honestly a great crowd here for Westwood on a Thursday night down in Austin. Twin receivers both sides. Stewart offset to the left. Ball is handed off up the middle. Fooled me, but into the open field to the 10-yard line. Big gainer, best play of the game so far, and it will be 1st and goal from the 10.
Absolutely, a great run up the middle, breaking a couple of tackles. Miles Kim brought him down again. So, yeah, 2nd tackle for Miles Kim on the defense.
Westwood going a little bit of tempo here. Stewart offset to the left side. And now looking in the end zone, Norrell throwing it into the corner. Nicely done for a Warrior touchdown.
that was just a textbook roll to the left. The receiver was able to get away from his man. He had good separation, about 3 steps, and Norrell put the ball on target for a great touchdown for the Warriors.
You cannot have a better opening drive. Great success running the ball, great success throwing the ball, and 6 points for the Warriors. 8:36 remaining here in the first quarter with the extra point to come. Zavala in for kick duties. And right down the middle, your Westwood Warriors up 7-0 over the Austin High Maroons, with Austin yet to take their first possession.
I'll tell you what's really great about that first possession for the Warriors is not only did they march down the field in about 3.5 minutes, but they did such a great job of mixing up the passing and the running. So now the Maroons have no idea, and they did a lot of that at the exact same formation.
Oh, yeah.
So the Maroons have no idea what's coming now.
Now you got to be feeling good about it. I think we got a replay here. And so you can see it one more time through the magic of instant replay. But such a great job by Nora rolling out to the left side, and there was nobody going to catch this ball but a Westwood Warrior. It was just perfectly well designed, nice on the rollout, nicely laid out in the corner, a good little bit of a stretch play. You have to love it, and we do, with the Westwood Warriors up 7-0.
Yeah, see on the camera you can see the sun's dip behind that hill. We're starting to get a really nice sunset here in central Austin.
Getting that temperature down into the high 90s. Woo! It feels like fall, folks.
You know, it actually feels cool. High 90s or not, it feels cool.
He's not wrong. Back to deep receive for Austin High's Bison Bats and also Christian Rector. Kick is away. Hitting the ground right about the 5-yard line. And a good return up the right sideline by Austin High, cutting back to the middle. A few men to beat, and Austin High takes it all the way back for a touchdown. My goodness gracious, Austin High with the response.
Wow, that was outstanding. A great return there to get all the way down from the 95-yard return after letting the ball hit the turf like that. I figured he'd be stopped dead in his tracks, but he was able to avoid the Westwood defenders and take it home.
A little bit of a zigzag play there by Rector, the wide receiver, Christian Rector. All credit to Austin High School with the response right there, although I don't think the Austin High defense wants to get back out on the field immediately after what Westwood just did. Extra point to come, 8:21 remaining here in the opening quarter.
Momentary delay as a lineman remembers he's on the kick team.
Kick is up and away. It is good. That locks the score up at 7-7. We'll run the replay on this on the kickoff return also. I mean, not our favorite highlight, obviously, but, you know, there's some things that, you know, perhaps that Coach Wood and the staff will probably try to work through here. The gap just opened up so big in the middle, and then Rector gets credit. He found the seam over on the side. It looked like Westwood was going to be able to chase him down, and then he cuts right back. That's a lot of individual talent right there. You have to give credit to the young man on the return and getting 7 points on the board for Austin High, and it's an exciting ball game right out of the gate.
Who would have thunk it? Trading blows that quick.
Thunk it, I would not have. But an exciting start to the ball game, no question about it. And we'll try to intermittently here give you some scores of some high school games that are going on in the area as well here on a Thursday evening. Not a huge slate of games. In the second quarter, out of Leander, you've got Leander taking on those Bastrop Bears we were talking about earlier. Leander up 14-12. And out at the Palace on Palmer, you've got Killeen taking on Stony Point. Killeen up 14-13. That's in the second quarter as well. And my goodness gracious, those Weiss Wolves we were talking about that put it on Round Rock. Oh, the kickoff coming. We'll give you the score in just a moment, folks. Nice deep kickoff going out of bounds. That's a procedure call right there, which should place the ball for Westwood, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at the 30-yard line. for a 1st and 10. Pflugerville Weiss taking on LBJ High School. Granted, LBJ is a 5A high school, folks, but a very good one and one that has made very deep playoff runs. At the beginning of the second quarter, Weiss is up on LBJ 30-0.
Yikes.
That Weiss team is the real deal. They absolutely took it to Round Rock last week in a shocker. Weiss may be a team that's primed to go deep on a playoff run. They have terrific skill positions and a terrific quarterback. It's a team to watch outside of the Round Rock ISD.
Yeah, I was really impressed. We both were really impressed with what Weiss did last week with their outstanding talent against Round Rock. That's the game we were covering.
Handoff going up the middle right. Here we go. He's off to the races, folks. We'll see if he can make it all the way to the end zone. One man to beat, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown.
Damani Stewart racing past the defense. That was number 2 for the Maroons, trying to drag him down. Trent Gray was not able to haul him in.
Wow. So we got a barn burner for you at House Park tonight.
Man, I haven't seen a game like this since Round Rock and Cedar Ridge.
A few years ago, what was that kid's name? Deuce Vaughn?
Oh, yeah, Deuce Vaughn.
Some shades of Deuce Vaughn happening out here for the Warriors.
Ryan
O'Keefe.
Ryan O'Keefe. My goodness, that was a track meet.
Both terrific players from back in the day. Extra point to come. Ball is down. Nice job handling it. Bobbled for a moment, but right through the uprights. And your new score now, with 8:09 remaining in the first quarter, is Westwood 14, Austin 7. How about another replay? I think we like this one better than the one we just had. That offensive line, and you watch this, folks, that offensive line is doing a job, and you've got to give Stewart credit. He is finding the seam easily and pushing his way right through it, and boom, you knew he was gone right there.
And of course, the defensive backfield, all the defensive backs were crept up close to the line, expecting a pass play.
They're not. I agree. They're not looking for the deep threat, and they know they've got to shut down Stewart. They just crept up a little bit too close.
Yeah.
Great burst of speed. Great job by the Warriors responding to that kickoff return. Another shout out right here. Aunt Natalie from Tyler, Texas, saying, let's go Marquise Murray. We're looking forward to seeing Marquise on the field and getting some playing time and seeing what he can do. And I'll tell you what, with the running game going so well for Westwood, you know that passing game is going to open up big time.
Absolutely.
Really excited about to see what's going to happen here. This is going to be a long game, I'm afraid, the way things are going.
Yeah, it's funny. They changed the rules to keep the clock moving now, even during stoppage of play in high school. But if we're scoring after every possession, you have to stop the clock for kickoffs.
Indeed, indeed. So again, back to deep receive. You've got Batts and you've got Rector. Don't kick it to Rector is what I would say at this point. Ball is kicked deep into the end zone for a touchback. Austin High takes over at the 25, 1st and 10.
That's the way you do it.
I am sure that the coaches probably said, kick that thing as hard as you can, pal. Get that through the back of the end zone. We don't want to see that again.
1st and 10 on the 25 for Austin High.
So, yeah, get to see a little bit of defense here for the Warriors.
First time on the field for the Austin High School offense. Again, at quarterback, John Latham. And you'll have Bryson Batts at running back. Actually, it doesn't look like Bryson is out there right now. We'll do a double check on that on the roster here in just a moment. Ball snap, handoff up the middle, to the left, to the right, to the middle, gaining about 9 yards. A good starting play right there for Anthony Rodriguez, running back senior for the Austin Maroons.
Correct. Anthony Rodriguez, number 33. Let's see if we see Bryson Batts come out here a little later. He's number 1 if you keep an eye out for him.
Bryson also plays a little bit at wide receiver. He's pretty versatile and obviously a big part of the offense for Austin High, but haven't seen him on the field so far. So 2nd down and 1, trip receivers to the right side. Rolling out to the right, but good pressure coming from Westwood, rolling out and getting nowhere and throwing the ball out of bounds, but did not get to the line of scrimmage, but he was outside of the pocket. So that's not intentional grounding. It will be an incomplete pass and 3rd and 1.
I'm not mistaken, that's number 12 in at quarterback for the Maroons as well.
It certainly is. It's Wilder Davenport, isn't it?
Wilder Davenport, and he took a heck of a shot on the sideline. A couple of Warrior defenders lowered the boom as he was letting that pass go.
Wilder Davenport is a senior quarterback. So Rodriguez offset to the right side and caught in the backfield, but spins out of it. Westwood pursuing hard and gets him for the loss of about 4 yards back to the 30-yard line. And it'll be a 3 and out. And
great play called by the defense for the blitz, and then the rest of the defensive line was able to finish up the job.
Absolutely terrific job by the defense, especially in a second down and 1 situation, and you get them out.
Yeah.
And you couldn't be happier about that if you're Westwood. Back in deep formation to receive the punt for Westwood is Brian Perkins, number 1, at about the 35-yard line for Westwood. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout for a moment on the field. And there is a timeout called by Austin High. We'll take it with them real quickly. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Back to the action. Again, 4th down. Play clock is rolling. Good snap, good kick. Nicely kicked, but short, and well short of our receivers and out of bounds. That kick looking like it only went about 25 yards. Watching as the side official comes all the way out to the 50-yard line exactly in great starting field position for the Warriors on drive number 3.
Brian Perkins was back there in punt return position, and nothing doing there as the punt was a little lackluster.
But better than Kmart and I can kick the ball.
Well, that's a given.
There's no arguing that.
That is a given.
No arguing that a bit. Again, we've emphasized it. You don't see it here on the screen, but a great showing here by the Westwood faithful. A lot of students have showed up here, really love it. The band, the atmosphere could not be better than what you're seeing here at House Park. So 1st and 10, trip receivers to the right side. Norrell looking to the sideline to getting the play call from Coach Wood. Ball snapped and a quick pass out to the right side. That looks like it was passed to, is that number 2 out there, brother? I did catch it. Love it.
Marquise Murray.
Job by Marquise Murray. We'll keep an eye on him. So Murray now ISO on the right side, trip receivers to the left on the strong side. Norrell now looking out to the left side in a quick pass. Cutting up the field all the way to the 30-yard line. A nice job getting the 1st down by Brian Perkins.
Nice little catch there by Perkins. Great pickup.
Good heavens. I mean, for Austin, this has to be a little bit of a nightmare because everything is working for Westwood right now.
Well, like I said before, in that first drive, after the first drive, you don't know where it's coming from for Westwood.
Twin receivers both sides. Handoff coming up the left side. And that ball was handed off to number 24 for your Warriors. That's Xavion Sutton, junior running back. His first action of the game here so far.
He was met rather rudely by the Maroons defense there.
But still gaining a solid 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6. Stewart coming in and spelling him on 2nd down. Same formation, twin receivers both sides. Marquise Murray out wide right. And a quick pass out to the left side. Nicely done for a Warrior 1st down. That pass complete to Perkins. And they're in the red zone.
And the tackle there by number 4, Brandon Branna for the Maroons.
Still 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Trip pursues to the right side. Norrell with the quick pass out to Murray. Murray getting inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5 or 6 yard line, and it'll be first and goal, marked at the 5 for the Warriors.
And I can really see why the coaching staff loves Marquise Murray.
He's got wheels.
Yeah.
Young man's got great speed.
Great hands, great feet, out there on the side, making some people miss. And now the Warriors are deep in the red zone.
ISO receiver on the left side, and trip receiver to the right now, one in motion to the middle. Norrell rolling out to the left side, and a quick pass in the end zone, and you've got it. Is it marked for a touchdown? It is a touchdown. Westwood Warriors.
Catch by number 13. That's Lane Wood.
It is Lane Wood. No better name for Westwood than Wood. And you've got a score now of Westwood 20 with the extra point to come. Austin 7, 4:38 remaining here in the first quarter.
So far, it's one of those nights where everything Westwood dials up is working.
I'll say this, partner. They look like the real deal. Kick up and good. All the way over the scoreboard. Your new score now, Westwood 21 and Austin High 7. We'll do a little replay here for you. We'll see if we can pick up on the setup here. Where Lane was set up. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Lane Wood that's in motion to the middle, and it is. You see him roll down to the line. Perfectly executed, and once again, I mean, you got to give credit. That pass isn't going to be caught by one person and one person only. So really, really solid execution, especially here for the second week of the season. Westwood on fire tonight. Love what we're seeing. And we will put that text line up from time to time here during the game. We'll do it up here in a little bit in a moment. When we do get to halftime here, we don't know what side of the stadium the Westwood band and the drill team are going to be performing to, but we will try to bring you the halftime festivities, even if we are on the back side of the halftime as well, because we like the spirit of what all the school organizations do here and bring that Friday night, Thursday night magic to Texas high school football. Well, I don't think I would have been betting that we would see Westwood kicking off for now the third time in the first quarter. It's a great way to start.
And in 28 total points scored in the first 7.5 minutes.
Kick is away high and short, taken right in the middle at about the 5-yard line. Breaking upfield at about the 20. And once again, a good return. That was by number 1, Bryson Batts.
There is a Westwood coverage man down on the field. Coaching the trainers out there to take a look.
Indeed, taking a quick look at him. Making sure all is well. He's sitting up and being tended to. And I tell you what we'll do for the moment, we'll take a quick commercial break right here and come back in just a moment and give you an update on the young man on the field, but he looks like he's doing okay. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or...
And here we are. We're back to the action. Young man, it looks like Jackson DeCosta, if I'm not mistaken, helped off the field by the coaches, but doing okay and walking on his own on the sideline. So ball is snapped to Austin High on the first play of this series. A little bit of shifty moving, if you will.
That was Bryson Batts on that carry.
Yeah, about 20. Got about a yard out to the 27, so it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1. And it does look like the starters are back in one way or another. It may have been Austin's coaches were just trying to experiment with something, but again, John Latham is in at quarterback. And Batts is in the backfield, offset to the left side. Twin receivers on the right side. Latham looking up the left side, getting chased out of the pocket, doesn't like what he has, but a nice pass out to about the 33-yard line, and it is caught. Looks like it will be just short, about 2 or 3 yards of the first down, and it'll be 3rd down and 3 yards.
Good pressure from the defensive line there. Jacob Brown was able to force him really wide and make him work to get that ball off.
3rd and 3 for the Maroons.
So trip receivers to the right side, 1 on the short side on the left. Ball is snapped. It is a handoff up the middle, but nothing doing. Westwood shutting it down for little to no gain, perhaps a yard, and it will be 4th down, and the Maroons will have to kick again.
An outstanding tackle by number 26. That is Henry Kabelka. Outstanding.
Perkins back to deep receive. Good snap and kick, and a good punt, actually. Hitting at about the 30-yard line, and Stewart just electing to get completely away from it, and wisely doing so. Ball rolling inside the 15, 16-yard line, where Westwood will take over. 1st down with 2:58 remaining here in the first period. And play clock back in motion. Norrell out with Stewart in the backfield. Trip receivers to the left side. And a quick ISO pass out to the right side. And here we go to the races. To the 40, to the 50, to the 40-yard line of Austin High School. A pickup of over 40 yards. Marquise Murray showing that speed.
Number 44, Will Peeler, did have a good angle, was able to catch up to him and force him out of bounds, but a really nice catch and
well, evade the tackler.
Gain. Yeah.
Right, you know, just a little shift move, and he's off to the races for another 40 yards.
43 for the Warriors.
Pick up right at about 40 yards, in fact. It'll be 1st down for Westwood. Twin receivers to the left side. Ball's handed off to Stewart up the middle, and a good job by Austin High getting penetration. Stopping right at the line of scrimmage, no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Khalil Green on the tackle again for the Maroons. He definitely took care of business on that play. Got rolled to locations where only the Warriors are going to catch it. That was true on that as well, and a nice catch to get down low and pick it up.
I'm trying to figure out if he has an incomplete pass yet. I can't remember. I really can't.
I don't remember one.
So no incomplete passes by Westwood and no 1st downs by Austin. I like that formula. Twin receivers to the right side. Perkins with a quick pass out on the right side. Got blockers up front, but Austin High stiffs it out pretty nicely. A short gain of about a yard or 2. It'll be 2nd and about 8.
Isaiah Marmolejo on the tackle, and my goodness, he was in the right place at the right time. He was able to wrap up the receiver just before he could get anything going. It looked like the receiver was Perkins, wasn't it? It looked like looks like he was going to go for a bunch.
It absolutely was, yeah.
But Marmolejo was right on the spot.
A fun name to say, Marmolejo. So 2nd down and 9 is the mark. Trip receivers to the left side and rolling out left, but then handing the ball off in the backfield, but snuffed out completely by Austin High School. It'll be a loss of about 3 or 4 on the play, and it's going to be the first 3rd and long for Westwood for this game.
Number 40, Pat Schubert for the defense, is able to grab Stewart before he could get going.
That ball marked all the way back at the 33-yard line, so it will be 3rd down and 13, 27 seconds remaining here in the quarter, and they will have to run at least one more play this quarter. So twin receivers both sides. Good protection, ball thrown deep towards the end zone, and it is bounced off the receiver, off the defender, and off the receiver again into the end zone. Incomplete, the first incomplete pass that we're aware of this game. And it will be 4th down for the Warriors. And in a position at the 33-yard line where I'm not going to be surprised if Coach Wood decides to go for it.
And why not? You're in that no man's land where a punt doesn't gain you much and it's too far for a field goal. That last pass was intended for Lane Wood. It was just off the fingertips. He was not able to haul it in.
And a timeout called by Coach Wood here to decide what they want to do. One college score to report here. Utah, the first really kind of big game of the season, taking on Florida in the 2nd quarter. They're up 14-3. And a barn burner up in Minnesota and Nebraska with just a few minutes before halftime, 3-0.
Wow.
Minnesota over Nebraska.
That's an old school Big Ten kind of game right there.
And that's former Baylor head coach Matt Rule, right, with Nebraska?
It is Matt Rule, Mr. Carter. It is Matt Rule. Probably not the way he wanted to start off his career in Nebraska, with looking like no points in the first half, but the defense obviously getting it done pretty nicely.
Hey, you only have to put up more points than the other guys. If you hold them to 3,
that's right.
That's good enough.
Just score more than the other team, and Coach will be happy. All right. Well, the play is in, and we'll see what kind of razzle-dazzle we may have here. Heck, I wouldn't be shocked if it was just a simple handoff right up the middle to Stewart. Twin receivers both sides. Play clock down to about 15. Pressure coming. Norrell looking, throwing over the middle, and it's there for a first down all the way to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Warriors.
I believe that's number 9 on the tackle, on the catch there, Aiden Cheng.
Agree with you, partner. Kind of hard to pick up that number from that distance, but a terrific final play of the first quarter. Your score is Westwood 21, Austin 7. We're going to take a quick commercial break and bring it back for the 2nd quarter. This is Round Rock ISD football, presented by Covert Ford.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Back at House Park, beginning of the second quarter. Your Westwood Warriors again up 21-7, threatening to score yet again here on possession number 4.
That last reception there was actually by number 8, Timothy Kim. I want to give him credit there. The way these the players' jerseys are sort of shrinking up when they're catching and when they're tackled, the 8 looked just like a 9.
Play clock in motion. Norrell handing the ball off up the middle. Austin High putting up resistance at the goal line. No signal from the side official yet, and they mark it right at the 1, and it'll be second and goal from the 1.
Tough to get much closer without getting it into the end zone. I think if the official had been a little bit more patient, the offensive line was getting enough of a push.
So second and goal, same formation. Twin receivers to the left side, Stewart offset to the right. Same formation, same handoff. Stewart mugged at the line of scrimmage, getting nowhere. Actually, a good job by the Maroons, and it will be third down, timeout on the field.
Mugged is right. That was number 18 for the defense. That is Lawson Stouse.
Timeout on the field was for a helmet that popped off of a Maroon player. Has to come off the field for one play. And clock rolling again. And we'll see if the Warriors can punch it in here on this play. Again, same formation, twin receivers to the left side. Stewart offset right. Ball's handed off to Stewart and into the end zone, breaking a tackle. Touchdown, Warriors.
Here comes the fight song. There we go. I was going to sing it, but I don't think anybody really wants to hear that.
Nobody needs to hear that. Will Peeler almost had the tackle for Austin High, star linebacker for Austin High School. Tried to wrap it up, but just couldn't do it. Too strong into the end zone. Your score now 27 with the extra point to come. Kick is up and good right through the uprights. Your score 11:09 remaining here in the first half is Westwood 28, Austin High 7. And I tell you what, pan that up just a little bit higher. The scene that we're getting right here with a nice little sunset over the hills, you couldn't find a better venue to watch from right now with downtown Austin off to our left. Just a great, great atmosphere for high school football and could not be better for the Westwood Warriors.
Top of that picture just getting a little bit cut off, but still a really gorgeous view from here in the press box.
Something else. We'll throw that text line up there for a second also. Throughout the game, anytime you feel like it, we want those shout-outs. That text line number is 512-843-5205. Tell us who you are. Text out your shout-outs to your favorite players, your favorite band member, drill team member, cheerleader. It doesn't make any difference. We want to hear from you, who you are, where you're from, and we'll roll those shout-outs during the ball game whenever we can. Seems like a broken record. Setting up to kick off for Westwood.
Well, it's not broken for Westwood. It's just broken. I hear the skip in the record every time we got to say it.
Without
everything's working right for Westwood tonight.
Without a doubt. So Zavala in to do the kicking duties once again. Back deep to receive. Arbats and Rector. Kick is away to the right side and deep, caught by Rector. He's the one that ran the touchdown back earlier in the ball game. Good pursuit by the Westwood Warriors, getting it stopped inside the 20-yard line at the 18. It'll be first down for the Maroons.
Good effort by Rector, almost able to break a tackle and get away, but the Warriors return unit was able to cover him up before he could do any more damage.
Have a text in. Shout out to Owen and Drew. That's Uncle Rodney and Aunt Tammy watching from Galveston down on the coast. Go Warriors. Thank you for the text. We appreciate it.
First and 10 on the 18 for the Maroons.
Doing some hunting around yesterday, learning about this Warriors team. Owen is apparently committed to play baseball for UConn.
You're kidding?
I'm not kidding. So congratulations to that young man.
That is absolutely awesome. I would like the weather up there much better right now.
No kidding.
So first down Maroons, twins to the right side. And now receiver in motion from the left to the middle. So everybody to the right side. And a deep ball thrown over the middle to nobody. Incomplete. That ball was intended, it looks like, for number 84, if I'm not mistaken. And that's Jaden Vasquez. Incomplete on first down. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, the quarterback was definitely feeling, feeling the heat. Number 12 was in on this one, Wilder Davenport, and he had a defensive lineman bearing down on him, and he just chucked it as far as he could.
So in at quarterback, it's not Latham now. It is back to Davenport, if I'm not mistaken. So trip receivers to the left side. Davenport keeping the ball, rolling up the left side, and great pursuit by Westwood, getting the stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 22 on the tackle, a nice Vance. Vance definitely took a great angle through the line there, able to wrap up Davenport before he could do anything serious. But maybe that's one thing we had to keep our eye on, that Davenport is a little bit more of a running type quarterback for the Maroons.
And now it looks like it's a switch back out on quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Latham is in at quarterback now. I'll try to keep up with it as best I can. Oh, my goodness. They're lucky on that play. It was a delay of game. Snap the ball into the receiver coming in motion. Yikes. Very, very lucky.
Disaster averted there.
Disaster averted. We got a text in. Shout out to Coach Wood from his sister-in-law and nephew. Thank you for that. Let us know where you're from, where you're texting from. We love hearing from you. Love Coach Wood. What a great guy. Like I said, I've had a few opportunities to work with him in the past and just absolutely love him and love this program. So here we go now, 3rd and 15. Or 16 rather. Receiver now coming in motion. Latham rolling out to the left side and intercepted by Westwood at the 20-yard line. Perfectly read on the play. Number 7?
That is number 7, Chester Bennett on the interception. Outstanding work, young man.
It is all Westwood all the time tonight. Could not be going better. Oh, and we did get that. The sister-in-law and nephew are in Waco. Up on the Brazos in Waco. Thank you for the text. We appreciate that. I assure you Coach Wood appreciates it too.
Just down the road a piece.
One of our favorite places to eat. George's.
That's right.
Couldn't be better.
I think I'm still full from that last one we ate at George's.
And that was, what, like 3 years ago, wasn't
it?
So Westwood starting off in red zone territory already. Murray ISO on the right side, and they're throwing the ball out to Murray. Catches it at the 12-yard line, inside the 10, to the goal line, out of bounds at the 3. It looks
they gave
like.
It to him.
No,
they did.
The line judge over here was marking that he went out of bounds. Now, I know that the end judge said that he got in the end zone, but he didn't.
You're right. The official on the far side, the line judge on the far side called a touchdown, but the near side definitely called it.
You're right. I mean, even the public address announcer said it was a touchdown, but it wasn't.
Yep.
But a great job by Murray. I thought he was in the end zone also, but he must have just skipped his foot slightly out of bounds. Play clock in motion now with 10 seconds on the play clock.
First and goal for Westwood.
Westwood setting up in a pretty tight formation. Haven't seen this one yet. All the receivers bunched on the left side. Ball is a handoff coming up the left side and stuffed in the backfield. That handoff to number 24, Xavier Sutton. was taken down. Looks like there's a timeout on the field. I guess another helmet popped off, but the clock is rolling again, so it will be second down and goal. Ball marked, it looks like, at about the 6-yard line. Oh, and how cool. You got another text that said that Coach Wood's nephew plays at Waco Midway. We covered a few games with Round Rock High School in Waco Midway a few years ago. Great program at Midway. Ball snap rolling out to the right side, thrown into the back corner of the end zone. My gosh, he has got it going on tonight, doesn't he? Perfect throw, touchdown Warriors.
Outstanding catch by number 1, Brian Perkins. And, you know, once again, Dave, you mentioned earlier, that ball was in a spot where only Perkins was going to catch it.
They are in sync. There's no question the Royals got it going on. They have worked this really, really well, especially on the goal line with these passes. I think that's absolutely terrific work.
And I have to apologize on that one. We're working with a limited window here for the camera, and the window frame blocked that a little bit. It's just in that back corner of the end zone, and I can't quite get it.
So the window frame with the touchdown on that play. This is an old stadium, folks. If you didn't know, it's been here for 100 years. Kick is up and through. 8:47 remaining in the half. Your new score, Westwood 35, Austin 7.
To quote John Larroquette from Stripes, soldier, have that removed.
Oh my gosh. Text came in. We're going to have clarification on this one also. It says a shout out to Chestnuts Bennett for that interception. That's his nickname. So we got to know who sent that shout out on the Chestnuts. But
and here's a replay of that very interception.
Chestnuts Bennett. He read it so perfectly right here, slips inside, gets the interception. Absolutely terrific play, and a good job by the Warriors. One more text coming in. Says, go Mike Davis, number 12, Westwood. That's from Poppy D and Grammy in Canada. We have our first international text of the season.
There we go.
Great to hear from you. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
Obviously, Bennett's first name is Chester, so that's sort of where you might get chestnuts. Yeah. Of course, it wouldn't be the first time someone's tried to pull our leg on the text line.
Oh, no. We've had a few. Don't try it, folks. We're pretty smart. Good kick deep to the right side, down to the 7-yard line. And rolling up the right side, trying to get into open field. The one area where Austin High has had some success here is on the special teams kickoff returns. And a good job on the return by Rector, giving the Maroons good field position.
And Rector just slippery enough. I thought he might do something again, but the coverage team was able to close in on him before he did too much more damage. Still a nice return for the Maroons.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if the Maroons can get anything going here. Again, Westwood 5 series on offense, 5 touchdowns. Austin High yet to generate even a first down, if I recall correctly. Ball snap rolling out to the right side, trying to get something, and absolutely everything covered up. And just the ball thrown out of bounds. That is by quarterback John Latham. It will be second down and 10. Can't say it enough. This Westwood defense has been every bit as impressive as the offense has been. It's totally dominant.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And in that play right there, Nias Vance and number 40, Jacob Brown, were in pursuit of Latham. He just couldn't get anything going. He just had to hurl it up the sideline, get rid of it.
Trip receivers to the left side. Latham handing the ball off up the middle, and nothing doing there for the Maroons. Stuffed behind the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss, and some fisticuffs out on the field, but broken up nicely by the officials. Coach Wood coming out and getting with our own Warrior players and saying, let's cool it, let's play ball, and that's the right thing to do. Love seeing that.
That was defensive end Henry Kubelka who got through the line and wrapped him up.
So now third down and 11 for the Maroons, and they just got their hands full with nothing really working here for them at all. 8 seconds remaining on the play clock. Ball is snapped. and a delayed rollout here to the left side, ball thrown, and it was stripped out of his hands. They're calling it an absolute fumble, and that's the way it is marked by the line judge. A turnover to the Westwood Warriors.
Number 22, Aeneas Vance, forced the fumble, and number 33, Chase Cunningham, picked it up for the turnover for the Warriors.
Wow.
I really thought that was a tip pass, but definitely.
We're going to take a look at it on the replay, see if we can pull this up here real quick. We'll try not to, get in front of any of the action here. Obviously, high school football a little bit different than college football, so no real timeouts here on a turnover. Just want to see if it looks like it was tipped out of his hands. It's just really hard to say, isn't it? The ball went fluttering, but it is hard to say. It almost...
Maybe an open hand slipped out of his hand as he was trying to throw it.
Tuck rule, I don't know. Whatever. It's a turnover for Westwood. It makes no difference. First down for the Warriors. Lined up at about the 26-yard line. Timeout on the sideline, and a timeout called by Westwood. We'll go ahead and take that timeout with them here with 7:40 remaining here in the first half. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
Visit Mays Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at maysstreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Back at House Park. One more text in. Oh, that's incredibly nice. You guys are doing an awesome job covering the game. That's a shout out for, oh, good heavens, I'm going to try and get this right. Is it Abe Whitley? Hopefully I got it right. Number 3 from Austin. Like that. And then Shaylin up here in DFW. Go Warriors.
Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate that.
And play resuming. Play clock in motion now. Twin receivers to the left side. Handoff up the middle. Breaking through nicely out of the tackles, getting all the way down to about the 21-yard line. That's a gain of about 5 yards on first down.
Xavier Sutton on that tackle there. He just kept his feet moving and broke that tackle and picked up another 5-6 yards.
Well, and you have to think a little bit just watching this thing. That Austin High defense has been out there a lot.
A whole lot.
It is hot outside.
Yeah.
You'd have to think they're getting a little bit gassed here at this point, and so I like seeing Sutton back there getting some reps at running back, building that depth.
We've had about 17 minutes of game action on the clock, but the Warriors offense has been out there almost all of it.
It really feels like it, doesn't it? Sutton offset to the left side. And ball handed off to him again. Up the middle, bouncing off a tackler. Nicely done. Getting down to about the 17-yard line. And it will be third and manageable. 3rd and 1.
Sutton again on the carry. That's exactly the way Coach Wood drew it up. Put your hat in there, bounce off the tackle, and go around the end.
It looked like he ran into a brick wall. But bounced right off of it. Did exactly what you should do. Keep those feet churning. So a good job on both those downs. 3rd and 1. Sutton now offset to the right side. And the ball is handed off. Nice seam up the middle to the left. Inside the 10-yard line, it will be 1st and goal.
And another nice carry by Sutton. Up the left side.
Nice shout out. Says it was a nice fumble recovery by number 33, Chase Cunningham, for the Westwood Warriors on his first start of the year. And that's from his aunt and uncle in Fort Worth. And a great job by him, no question. Sutton up the left middle, working and churning his way, and his helmet popping off. Getting down to about the 7-yard line. So Sutton will have to come out of the game and will get spelled by Damani Stewart for at least a play here. Clock rolling, just under 6 minutes remaining here in the half. And once again, we will do our very best to bring you some of those halftime festivities, even if it is from the backside of the marching bands. It's all part of the atmosphere in high school football. Second down, ball handed off, and kept on the right side, rolling towards the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Warriors. Great job on the keeper by Norrell.
Norrell showing his fleet feet there. Excellent job just stretching the play out and turning the corner, getting into the end zone. The band is down getting ready for halftime, so we don't get the fight song. I promise I will not sing it.
We will not be singing the Westwood Warrior fight song. We don't know the Westwood Warrior fight song. Ball down, kick up and through. Your new score, 5:25 remaining here in the half. My goodness gracious, Westwood 42, Austin High 7.
It is an offensive explosion.
And it has to be a terrific confidence booster. Not that Westwood necessarily needed it, but to come out here and to do this to Austin High School, who fought Stony Point the entire game last week. I don't think Austin High is a bad football team. I think Westwood is just showing how good they are in this circumstance.
Well, and how great is that for District 25? Because, you know, we've got a lot of great teams in the district, but to see Westwood have some good initial success, we're going to have some great games this season, the rest of the way for this district.
I believe this district is absolutely wide open. I mean, we'll be honest, folks. I mean, Vandergrift is ranked in the top 10 in the state. I mean, so you would have to think that they're going to be a prohibitive favorite to go undefeated this season. They absolutely took it to Dripping Springs last week. So Vandergrift is going to be a tough out for anybody. But Westwood has enough of the tools right here that I think they can give them more than a ball game. And I know that it's been a tough challenge for all the teams in this district to go up against Vandergrift. Vandergrift only having 2 district losses in the last 4 years at all, right? So I like what I'm seeing out of Westwood, and I have to think that they're going to be a total threat. You know, perhaps even for the district championship, but certainly this looks like a playoff caliber team all the way. So here we are again, kickoff by Westwood. Rector and Bats back deep. Bats taking this one out to the 20-yard line and out to about the, I take the ball's on the ground. My gosh, Westwood has it. I don't believe it. And that was not Bats on the return, but it is 100% a turnover. I don't know how the officials are going to call this, but it was a total strip.
That was
and they have called it, yep.
Cal Watson for the Maroons on the return had it stripped away from him, and as you see that on the camera, it was a turnover for the Westwood Warriors. And, you know, we saw a game last week where the one team was snake bit and the other had everything going.
It happens.
This week, we're seeing that play out on an even bigger scale for Austin High.
It really is pretty stunning how unbelievably well this has gone. So it looks like a flag down on the play. A substitution violation on Westwood. The first mistake of the game, and boy, I tell you what, Coach Wood is upset. You were up 42-7, and yeah, he's a little upset with the player just on a mental mistake. It happens. And when you're up by 35 in the second quarter, I think you can take that criticism in stride.
Yeah.
It comes down to it, right?
I'm sure it will be noted and discussed, but maybe not as vehemently as if it were a really close game.
Without question. Vehemently, that's a good word there.
Yeah, I got the thesaurus. I would be able to say it.
Very impressive. Twin receivers to the right side. Norrell now looking up the left side, throwing, and just cut off. Threw it a little bit in front of his intended receiver. That was intended again for Perkins, incomplete.
Yeah, Perkins started to make his break out there in his route, and the defender just was conveniently in the way. Not really holding per se, but Perkins was not able to turn that corner.
A few other scores we'll mention here. Killeen and Round Rock Stony Point at halftime. Killeen up 28-13. Pflugerville Weiss against LBJ. That's at halftime, 44-7. Whew.
Yeah.
Some barn burners tonight, no question. And up in Leander at halftime, Bastrop up 22-21. Second down. Norrell looking, good pressure coming from Austin High. Throws it as deep as he can. Gets it past the line of scrimmage, so no grounding there, but Austin High just bringing everything in the kitchen sink. And a good job getting that ball away. It'll be third down.
Held that ball perhaps a beat too long. It took a pretty good lick from the defense as he was letting it go. So maybe Coach Wood or the staff will advise him a little bit differently on that one at halftime.
One more text here, and this is, again, related to Mike Davis. It says, truly international grandparents in Batchewana Bay, Ontario, rooting for grandson Mike and Warriors. And comment on great announcing. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. So here we go. Norrell looking deep, throwing over the middle. Nice short pass, getting down to about the 27-yard line. So just past the original line of scrimmage. And it will be 4th down and 9. And you have to think that Westwood's going to go for it here.
Pass complete over the middle to the tight end, Mike Davis.
On the tackle.
And ultimately, this is not a situation of running up the score or anything like that. I mean, there's nothing that Coach Wood wants to do in the situation, just run. But you're in no man's land here. This is about getting repetition and practice and concepts when it comes down to it. So you're trying to pick up a first down here because that plays out the rest of the season.
Exactly, and that route was only 3-4 yard across the middle, and it's not like they're dumping it down all the way down the sideline going for the end zone.
No question. So a timeout here, 4:20 remaining here in the half. And Westwood obviously figuring out what they want to do here on 4th and 8.
This early in the season, like you were talking about, it is all about getting repetition, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and trying to reinforce some of these things. And we may want to consider for the Warriors the second half of this game a lot of scrimmage.
Oh, you have to think in the second half. I'd be really surprised here, regardless of whether or not a score happens here or not. Westwood will probably come out, I would think, with the starters perhaps for one series in the third quarter, and then it's going to be getting people into the game, getting them playing time. Obviously, it's just the right thing to do. You don't want to get people injured, and you want to make sure everybody gets through this game nicely to the end. In six-man football, there's a rule of a mercy score also at halftime. They don't do that in any of the other divisions, but with this score the way it is, I mean, if Westwood gets a touchdown here, it would be a mercy rule at halftime, and they wouldn't even play the second half. But, again, these young men, both sides of this. Austin High needs a repetition because they've got a full season in front of them, and they're definitely going to want to get in shape to get a few wins out here. And Westwood just the same. I mean, I think that they're absolutely in this for a playoff run, and they'll have a big game in a couple of weeks against Round Rock. So twin receivers both sides. Stewart in the backfield now offset to the left side, had to move over. Norrell calls for the ball. Norrell blocking, a quick pass, and nicely done all the way down to about the 15-yard line. That ball complete, number 12.
Once again,
Mike Davis.
Mike Davis once again, great catch over the middle.
And it's a first down for the Warriors. Well-designed play.
Took a pretty good shot on the tackle, hang on to the ball.
Clock running just inside of 4 minutes. And the ball set up at the 14-yard line. Twin receivers left side. And handoff to Stewart up the middle, churning, running, grinding into the end zone for a Warrior touchdown.
You cannot run that play any better than that. I mean, just a little handoff off the left side and a lot of individual effort to get through the hole. Obviously, the offensive line doing a good job opening a hole for Stewart, but he took it home.
There was just no stopping him. And again, it does look like this Austin High School defense is exhausted at this point. They just can't keep up, and it's certainly understandable why.
looking over at the far sideline, it also looks like the Austin High team is a little bit of a small crew. They don't have a lot of reserves over there.
They really, really don't. By comparison, Zavala with the extra point, making your score now 49-7 here, 3:36 remaining here in the first half. I don't think I've seen a score this margin by a Round Rock ISD team in the first half that I can recall. I mean, absolutely dominant. Featuring, look, Westwood, this is no small program themselves. I mean, this is a pretty big varsity squad here, bigger than I can remember in the past. They're really set up for success here, and they've got to feel great about what they're doing.
Well, after a good win last week against Eastview, where they put up 34 points, they've obviously put up a ton here today so far. And you really have to again, we talked earlier about the kind of confidence this can give the team going forward, the momentum as you look into next week. They go to Bastrop, we'll be there. You got to figure they're going to be favored after a performance like this. Yeah.
They absolutely will.
And to be honest, when Westwood comes to Dragon, I think they're going to be favored against the Dragons as well.
Well, they will, and I actually think that game is over at the Palace, if I'm not mistaken, this time around.
I can tell you that if I check my notes.
Got a text in, sending big cheers from Abilene for my grandson, Abe Whitley, number 3, on Westwood's defense. Go Warriors. Thank you for the text. I can tell you this much, partner. At the football banquet at the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of highlights from this game.
And you are correct. That game against the Dragons is at Kelly Reeves.
It's at Kelly Reeves. So kick into the end zone. Austin High electing to bring it out. I can't believe it. To the 10-15, but here he goes. Right up the middle. Out to about the 30-yard line. And boy, there is just, I feel for the Austin players because they're playing with a lot of spirit. And I know they're frustrated getting the game taken to them pretty hard, but hopefully this thing stays in check.
First and 10 on the 30 for the Maroons.
I'm not sure what the chanting is over there, but they're excited. That was John Burns on the return for the Maroons, by the way.
Twin receivers both sides. Ball kept by the quarterback in the backfield and just annihilated by the Westwood Warrior defense back to the 26-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
That was the Olay offensive line maneuver.
The Olay move. This is third-string quarterback Logan Davis in, sophomore quarterback. Austin just seeing if they can get anything going.
Yeah.
Get a little momentum here. Trip receivers to the left side. Logan rolling out here to the left side, looking to pass it, but can't find anything he wants. Rolls back to the right side, gets it to the open space, looks deep, throws it deep, and it looks like, oh, no goodness. I thought he caught it, and then he didn't. The ball was on the ground incomplete. Good effort by Logan Davis, running for his life, getting the ball downfield.
Oh, he must have run 40 yards to get that pass away.
Yeah, I could feel the fear as he was running it. Wow, Westwood just having a day, no question about that.
What's the old commercial from Nike? Do you hear the footsteps?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he heard the footsteps on that.
I heard them too. 3rd down and 14. Clock at 2:44 remaining here in the half. Trip receivers again to the left side. Logan staying in the pocket, getting pressured and looking to throw, but doesn't like what he's seeing, and now tries to break out and get a little bit back, and he does, out to the 30 or to the 29-yard line. And from there, it will be 4th and 11, and the Maroons will have to punt the ball.
Number 40, Jacob Brown on the tackle there. We've called his name a few times, doing a good job with the pressure up front.
Brian Perkins into deep receive for the Warriors, back all the way to the 25-yard line. I'll be surprised if the punt gets that far. Ball snapped, punt away. Good pressure by Westwood, and actually a really terrific punt, dropping right at the 32-yard line. Rolling all the way down to the 23. First down for the Warriors, 1:53 remaining here in the half.
Aside from that kick return earlier in the game, that was probably their best play.
Wow. You ain't wrong. Not wrong, Kmart. That is blue light special analysis. No question about that. Well, folks, once again, when we get to halftime, we'll take a quick break as the teams leave the field, but we will definitely get the camera spotlighted on the Warrior Band and on the drill team. Catch that action again. They'll be performing to the home side, but we'll still be able to hear it and love bringing that to you. First down. Ball pitched out to the right side. And getting upfield nicely. It was Sutton. Looks like a gain of about 5. It'll be second down and 5.
Second and 5 for Westwood.
By all appearances, I was thinking that Westwood might drain the clock out here, but we'll see. 1:26 remaining here in the half. Quick pass. Oh, it should have been intercepted by Austin High. My gosh, and it would have been a touchdown.
That young man, that was number 2 for the Maroons, Trent Gray. He broke on that ball. It's like he knew exactly what was coming. He was in the right spot at the right time, just couldn't haul it in.
So third down and 5, clock stops at 1:18 remaining. Wow. Well, this is definitely, I got a good text in here. We'll give it to you in just a second. Twin receivers both sides. Handing the ball off up the middle and off to the races. Sutton goes all the way to the 45-yard line. Big gainer for a first down. Westwood, 1:11 remaining. Westwood will go tempo. Ball is placed. Clock rolls. Twin receivers both sides. Ball handoff up the middle, and Sutton, here he goes again, folks, off the middle, all the way to the end zone. He's trying to make it, churning, running, grinding. Ball stripped at the 6-yard line.
We'll see if the officials, doesn't look like they're going to throw the flag.
They didn't signal anything, but it was a turnover, and it was recovered by the Austin High Maroons.
It was a turnover. He was stripped as he was heading for the end zone and brought down.
My gosh.
His helmet also popped off, but then he made the tackle. So I thought the officials might throw a flag on illegal participation after his helmet was off.
That is one of those rules in high school you can't do. Do have one more text here. It says, shout out to Westwood number 11, Damani Stewart from Kingston, Jamaica. Now, that's a first.
Yeah, I don't recall anyone else from Jamaica before.
Would love to know who this is. Texting in, please let us know. First down, Austin. Handing the ball off up the middle, going absolutely nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It will be second down.
Chase Cunningham on the tackle there for the Warriors.
Number 42.
Austin High School with 2 timeouts, but I really don't believe they're going to take any of them at this point. They'll probably snap the ball once more and head to the locker room and try to regroup. Clock rolling at just under 20 seconds now remaining here in the half. Play clock at 13 seconds, so one more snap appears to be in order. Ball is snapped, handed off up the middle, and a good gainer by Austin High School, actually getting their first down of the ball game, if I've got that correct. I think I do. Clock stops at 4 seconds, but now rolling again down to 3, 2, and 1, and we are at halftime. Your score, Westwood 49, Austin 7. We're going to take a quick commercial break, bring you the halftime festivities. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach Charles Taylor, plus Andrew Petter from the Georgetown Eagles and wide receiver Adrian Wilson of the Weiss Wolves. Tuesday nights, Under the Lights.
Tuesday nights at 8. Only on Talk 1370.
RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain, veteran owned and operated, serving Central Texas for the last 10 years. Residential and commercial services available. Here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567.
Back at House Park for halftime. Westwood Warrior Band about to step out onto the field. And the Sundancers for Westwood drill team will take it to the public address announcer.
Bella Hendricks and co-presidents Emma Lynn and Sienna Poulon. The Sunshine Award goes to Sahani Sferetti. The Sundancer of the Week is Caroline Johnson. The Westwood Sundancers. The Sundancers are under the direction of Miss Emily Petronic and Miss Jenna Drummond. Good evening. We continue tonight's halftime entertainment as we welcome to the field the Westwood High School Warrior Band. The Warrior Band will be performing part 1 and 2 of their 2023 competition show entitled Birds on a Wire. And now, please enjoy the Warrior Band's performance of Birds on a Wire.
Terrific job by the Westwood Warrior Band there with their competition show. They'll be at the Bands of America competition in a few weeks over at the Palace with pretty much all of the Round Rock ISD bands and a lot of Central Texas bands. Westwood, such a terrific program under the direction of Thomas Turpin, previously under the direction of Jack Green. Jack Green is somebody that we all know here in the booth from some of our experience with band programs in the University of Texas in the past. Westwood always does everybody in Round Rock ISD proud. We're proud of them and what they just performed out there. And along with the drill team and the performance there, just a terrific, terrific job. Austin High School about to do the same thing. And about 15 minutes remaining here in the half, and we'll bring you their halftime as well. As we're waiting for them to come on the field, we'll take a look here and see if there are a few scores that we can report to you. Any updates here in the Central Texas area? Third quarter almost over out at the Palace, as a matter of fact, and Stony Point trying to fight their way back into that ball game. Colleen is up 28-20 with 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And again, Pflugerville-Weiss 44-7 over LBJ at halftime. That really is an incredibly surprising score. And a lot of commentary out there through Dave Campbell's Texas Football and their app saying that Weiss is absolutely the real deal. And here comes the Austin High School Band and drill team. Will take you to the field.
Tonight, the Red Jackets will be performing a palm routine to I'm Still Standing by Sir Elton John. Ladies and gentlemen, your Austin High Red Jackets. Presenting the Austin High School Maroon Band under the direction of Richard Patton, Andrew Furman, and Julie Bess. Percussion instructors are Eddie Morales and Kylie Jo Harris. Color guard instructors are Whitney Stone, Jaden Gardner, and Riley Taylor. Drum majors are Luke Bone, Kirsten Hanna, Hudson Hall, and Neil Winters. Our section of the week is the baritones. Our marcher of the week is Joseph Garcia from the drum line. Tonight we will perform our UIL show entitled Get Lost, featuring music from Aaron Copeland's Outdoor Overture and Symphony No. 6 Pastoral by Beethoven. Tonight we'll be performing our pre-show and opener, featuring soloist Justice Garza on flugelhorn and Sarah King on clarinet. Saxophone quartet members are Cam Larry, Leilani Molina, Hudson Hall, and Joaquin Torres. Featured twirler is Anna Lilly. Ladies and gentlemen, the Austin High Band.
Nice job by the Austin High School Maroon Band. Always put on a solid performance, always reliable. And with that Notre Dame fight song, we had one shout out that happened during halftime, and that was from grandmother Norrell. That was a shout out to the Warrior Band for a fantastic performance. We appreciate you recognizing the Warrior Band. They put in a lot of effort, a lot of hours out there on the asphalt blacktop, rehearsing through the summer hours, 120 degrees outside. You have to love the school spirit of all these kids, or both of the high schools, and what they bring and how they contribute to their communities. And that's what makes Texas high school football special and really stands apart from just about any other programs that you'll find across the country. The bands here and the drill teams here are second to none anywhere in the nation.
And I tell you what, we're actually sort of living that experience in my family. My older daughter is working at a local high school in the Midwest in Ames, Iowa, and they do halftime totally differently. Everything about what they do up there it's not like we do things here in Texas. I mean, here everything's a big production. The bands, the cheerleaders, the drill team, everything. And up there, it's a totally different thing. I mean, it's hard to characterize how stark the difference is. Like the marching band will get out on the field and march up and down the field a couple of times, but that's it. It's not a big production up there.
Yeah, there's no question. In Texas, we're spoiled by a lot of things, and the culture here and the Friday or Thursday night lights is as good as you're going to find it anywhere. Well, folks, I'll tell you what. About 5 minutes before that second half kickoff, what we're going to do is take a quick commercial break and then bring it back. The second half will kick, and we'll bring it to you. We're excited to be here. Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
Back at House Park, about a minute left until the second half kicks off. And Kmart, I would sit there and say, what are the keys to the second half? And I guess it's I can't think of any.
At this point, just keep going, get some young guys some experience, and get home uninjured.
I just, that really is it in a nutshell. It's like, let's go out here, let's play clean, let's play smart, play solid football, but let's get this thing over with. And there'll probably be a lot of running the football and probably just trying to get this clock wound down as much as possible. Certainly Austin High is frustrated. You don't want to see games like this get out of hand and get chippy. We saw a game like that last week, and that's the last thing you want to see here. So I'm sure that's been emphasized with the team, and they will want to go out there and just play clean ball, play smart, nobody gets injured, and do their thing. Oh, and Evan Carter. Text line is up, folks. Love to hear from you here in the second half anytime, really. Just let us know who you are and who you're shouting out to here in this dominant, what is going to be a dominant Westwood victory. It's 512-843-5205. Certainly do appreciate hearing the text from you. I'll give you a few scores here, updated here towards the start of this third quarter. Up in Leander, a tight ball game again. Next week's opponent for Westwood, Bastrop Bears. Leander leading in the third quarter late, 28-22. Stony Point in the fourth quarter, up there taking on the Killeen Kangaroos up at the Palace on Palmer. That score is Killeen 28, Stony Point 26. About 6 minutes remaining there in the ball game. And other games, Pflugerville Weiss and LBJ now in the second half in the third quarter, still 44-7 with Weiss leading. And I think that is it on the slate here of high school games. Not many games here in Central Texas on a Thursday night, but we feel like we've got the best one here.
I think you're right. We definitely have the best one. It might be a close second out there for the Weiss game.
Could be. Nice shout out here. It says shout out to our play-by-play announcers. Wonderful job. Whole broadcast from Fort Worth. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. We love bringing it to you. No better place to be than right here watching the Westwood Warriors. Ball back. Kick is away and deep down the middle. Taken at about the 15-yard line, and a seam gap opening up, but broken down nicely by Westwood. I believe that was that number 2 on the...
It was definitely number 2. I didn't know he's out.
Marquise Murray out there doing it all.
Little special teams on the tackle.
Well, I love it. Showing a lot of versatility. Austin with good field position at the 31-yard line. And Marquise stands out to me so much out on the field because he's got those orange sleeves that drape down from that white. Love the icy whites by Westwood, but easy to see out on the field. So Austin High seeing if there's anything that they can salvage here in the ball game. Certainly pride on the line, twin receivers both sides. Snap and a handoff up the middle, and decent yardage by Austin High on first down of about 6-7 yards, and it'll be second down and short.
Really nice tackle by Fred Fisher there to bring him down.
Anthony Rodriguez on the carry.
Taken in by Fred Fisher. 7-3 for the Maroons.
So twin receivers to the right side. And Rodriguez offset to the left of Latham. Looking to the left, throwing the ball over the middle. Nicely caught, number 7 for Austin High. That's Robert Bridges for a first down.
Latham really was, he didn't take a hard shot. The defense pulled up, but they were coming fast, right in his face. He was able to deliver it on target there. So good work by the Maroons.
Now twin receivers to both sides of the field. Latham with the delayed handoff, and actually the zone read keeper, but going for nothing. In fact, a loss of about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, the zone read did not read.
Did not read. He's not the best in the business for nothing, folks. That's the blue light special.
That's going to be my new catchphrase. The zone read did not read.
That's the hook, people. Clock at just about 10 minutes. Twin receivers to the right side. Latham looking out to the right side, pressure coming, and a delayed throw off to the left side. Was in the pocket with pressure, but had a receiver out on the left perimeter, incomplete, and it will be 3rd down and long.
Jacob Brown and Caius Coy putting pressure on Latham there. Not able to get it done on that play once again.
More international texting here. Shout out to our nephews, Cooper and Colton Case, for Westwood from Auntie Ricky and Uncle Jerry in Toronto, Canada. Thank you for that text.
That's quite a few Canadian folks.
Trip receiver to the right side. Latham looking over the middle and getting a good pass off, but only about 5-6 yards on the completion to number 5. And that's Ethan Toney, I believe. But the completion's short of where they need to get for a 1st down, and it will be punting time for the Maroons.
And that was Chester Bennett on the tackle, number 7. I'll leave it up to the family members to call back in with his family nickname.
Jennison back to do the punting duties. And Perkins way deep for the punt receive. Good punt away, high, long, dropping at about the 10-yard line. And rolling all the way down to the 3-yard line. So a good job on the special teams by Austin High, setting Westwood up deep, 9:17 remaining in the quarter.
Trent Gray and Khalil Green down to stop the ball. So it's probably the 2nd or 3rd best play by the Maroons.
Nothing better than the drum line in the second half of a high school football game.
Well, I was going to comment earlier. It's one of the nice things that, we've talked before about how small this press box is, but we are able to sit up here with these windows open, and we are, maybe 15, 20 yards from the band.
Feels like it.
And really, it's all a great high school atmosphere. Everything you could hope for.
It is indeed. Twin receivers to the right side. Ball snap and delayed pass. Ball out to the right side. Getting out all the way to about the 7-yard line in a gain of about 4. And it will be 2nd down and 6. Smart play. Perkins getting outside, just get a little bit of breathing room. They mark it a 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5. Same pattern, same pass, out to the outside, getting the ball up to about the 11-yard line. Will be about a yard short, it appears.
Blake Bridges for the Maroons, forcing him out of bounds.
And they are marking it 3rd and short, perhaps less than a yard. Ten seconds on the play clock and just under 8 minutes remaining here in the quarter. Norrell calling for the ball, handing the ball off to Stewart and breaking through the seam up the right side and getting all the way out to the 24-25-yard line for a good gainer and a 1st down for the Warriors.
Nice spin move from Stewart to break a tackle and squirt forward for the 1st down.
Ball marked at the 24. Clock rolling. Westwood kind of dragging the clock here a little bit. Play clock at 10 seconds, so they're definitely stretching the clock to try to make the game end as quickly as possible. It does appear. Twin receivers both sides. Handoff up the middle to Stewart, getting all the way out to about the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And once again, keeping the ball on the ground to keep that clock rolling. at some point soon. You have to sort of wonder if we're going to see some substitutes come in for some of the first stringers.
Well, agreed. And we did think here in this first series talking about, we thought the first team would come out and work this series, and Stewart out on the left side, getting beyond the 25. It'll be 35 rather. It is a first down for the Warriors. But you know, I think with just about any program, this game totally in hand. Good idea to bring your first string out, work on a few things, clean up a few things from the first half, perhaps that you saw that you didn't like, and then after that, no matter what happens, it's probably going to be a lot of second string and third string players getting some experience in this ball game. Twin receivers both sides. Stewart offset to the left. Fake on the handoff, and a nice pass right over the middle for a big first down. That was completed to Perkins. Right to midfield, and just beyond, it'll be first down for the Warriors.
And as you might have heard on the PA, that was Khalil Green on the tackle for the Maroons. Right there to wrap up the receiver and bring him down.
And again, as we expected, they're definitely dragging the clock. And good on Coach Wood for making sure that you stretch the game here. There's no point in trying to go tempo or do anything else. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. Twin receivers both sides. Stewart offset left. Ball is handed off, and the Maroons having none of it, coming with a full tilt blitz in every gap and a loss of about 2. Back to the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12.
You're right about that blitz. They called it, and everybody was right there, able to get right through the offensive line. Pat Schubert on the tackle. But they were ready for that play. Now, partly because the Warriors have been calling so many run plays, they sort of know what's coming. But still a good effort by the defense either way.
10 seconds on the play clock. And once again, Stewart offset left. Norrell throwing out to the right side, and a good pass, getting all the way back into Austin High territory, out to the 45-yard line. That ball completed to Perkins. It'll be 3rd and 5.
And another good catch by Perkins. Nice gain.
3rd and 5 for the Warriors.
Really tonight, the Warriors can do almost nothing wrong. I mean,
they just had the one turnover on the breakaway in the first half. That is really the only negative play they had, and the kickoff return. I think you take that every night. So just now down to 10 seconds again on the play clock. 3:40 remaining here in the quarter. Stewart offset to the right side now of Norrell. Looking over the left side, ball thrown all the way down to about the 34-yard line. 35 is the official mark. It will be first down for the Warriors.
Austin had another blitz called on that. The offense did a good job of picking it up, Norrell did, and dumped it off quickly to Lane Wood over the middle. Another good reception, another nice first down for the Warriors.
You know, there haven't been many penalties in this game at all. You notice that?
That's true.
For the second week of the season. I mean, that's a credit to Austin High School as well, but there no holding calls, no procedure calls. I mean, a lot of credit. Substitution violation earlier. That's about all I can remember. So first down for the Warriors. Twin receivers both sides. Stewart offset to the left of Norrell. And Stewart gets the ball up the middle, and total collapse right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Number 44, Will Peeler on the tackle for the Maroons.
Updated score from the Palace on Palmer. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the game. Colleen 41, says Stony Point 32. We'll have to double check that. That doesn't seem like a right score based on what we saw earlier. Norrell rolling out to the right side and decides to just take it down, not get a tackle, not get injured. A smart play on his part. Very short gain of about 2 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. Yeah, that score out on Palmer Lane, also broadcast by iHSFAN, has cleanup 41-34. Looks like it is under. Looks like it is under about 4 minutes remaining in that ball game. So 3rd down play here at the 33-yard line. Twin receivers again, both sides. Norrell looking out to the right side, gets a quick pass off inside the 30, down to about the 25-yard line. It should be close for a 1st down. Ball received by Perkins, who's done just a totally reliable workman job receiving the ball every time it's thrown to him. That ball placed at the 26-yard line, so it will be 4th and 1. Warriors almost certainly going for it in this instance. Already under 1 minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter. This quarter has just flown by compared to the rest of the game. Play clock at 10 seconds. Sutton offset to the left side of Norrell. And Norrell throwing the ball deep, but absolutely blocked out by the defensive back, overthrown to the end zone. No interference called, ball thrown a little bit far, and it will be a turnover on downs, giving Austin High the ball with 18 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
Yeah, Norrell needed to get rid of that ball, and he just threw it as far as he could in the direction of any receiver. So way over the head out there. As good as a punt almost.
To be perfectly honest, it felt like a sportsman-like play. I get the feeling that there's no point in running up the score here. Let's give Austin High the ball back and see if they can do something with it. And so we have ball marked at the 21-yard line, 26-yard line rather. Ball snap rolling out to the right side, throwing the ball deep and caught at the 41-yard line. Nice reception on the ball thrown by number 16. That's Logan Davis.
And catch by Christian Rector.
And there is an injury timeout.
That is quarterback.
It is the quarterback, Logan Davis. It looks like he cramped up a little bit. They're out there doing some stretches. It is, again, still pretty hot out here. 9 seconds remaining here in the quarter. That score up in Leander, 4th quarter, 9 minutes remaining. And Bastrop now holding on to a 29-28 lead over Leander. Leander with a pretty good ball club this year. Got off to a good start last week with an opening week victory over Pflugerville. So a good tussle up there, and Bastrop should provide a decent test next week against Westwood. The quarterback Davis has made his way off to the sideline, looking like he's fine, which is great news. 1st down for Austin High. 7 seconds, 6, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. They do get the ball snapped off and handoff up the right side. You hear the buzzer, but a nice run and gain.
Nice running by Rodriguez.
By Rodriguez, the running back, and getting another 1st down for Austin High. But that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score remains 49-7. Westwood will take a quick commercial break and be right back. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Back at House Park, bringing you the final quarter of this 49-7 lead for Westwood. Text line is up. You see it, 512-843-5205. Certainly love to hear from you at least one more time here and give your shout out to your favorite Warriors in the coming victory in this ball game. Austin High now moving left to right. Handoff up the middle for a good gainer on first down to the 42-yard line, where it will be 2nd and 4.
Big hit by number 48, Elijah Sanchez, excuse me.
Latham in at quarterback. Ball snap, zone read, handoff up the middle. Number 8 off to the left side, and a big gainer all the way inside the 30. That handoff is to Tate Bryce, a wide receiver, but in at running back, getting a little bit of experience behind the line. First down, Maroons.
That run is good enough for a Austin Maroon. First down.
Ball kept by Latham in the backfield, and works his way out of a tackle, getting back up the left side. Good job on evading the tackle, getting inside the 20-yard line.
He was absolutely in the grasp with number 42, Blaine Mitchell, who just couldn't quite bring him down to the ground. So good effort by the quarterback to escape and get a nice gain.
Escape he did for a first down inside the red zone for the first time on offense for Austin High School. Twin receivers to the left side on the short side. Looking up the left side on a wheel route, throwing to the end zone, and a touchdown for Austin High School.
Rector on the catch on the far side is well executed play. Just got behind the defense, and the ball was on target, and he hauled it in for the touchdown.
Perfectly executed by Austin High for their first successful offensive series of the ball game. And when that comes with 10 minutes remaining in the ball game, I don't think anybody's going to complain about that. Your new score now, Westwood up 49-13 with the extra point to come. Kick is up and good. Again, with 10-12 remaining here in the ball game. Westwood now leading 49-14. And as much as anything, you see here on this replay, receiver in motion coming across the middle from the right side on the wheel route and just broke open very easily. Definitely a learning opportunity for the team. And Coach Wood will definitely have that one to point out next week in assignment football. But again, learning about assignment football when you're up by 35 is a lot easier to take when you're down by 35.
That's true. And I would imagine that this weekend's film study will be going to be a little bit more tame, and practices Monday, Tuesday might not be quite as painful.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I mean, again, you know, it's more about the mental game at this point, because your preparation has been so good and you've been so well prepared for this thing that, you know, again, I don't think any complaint on the part of the coaches on how this entire evening has gone. A timeout called by Westwood here. Special teams coaches apparently not liking what they see here, thinking perhaps maybe that an onside kick is coming. Down by 35, it's really not going to make much of a difference. But again, this is situational football, an opportunity to observe and learn and make sure you don't make a mistake or a miscue in the situation.
Yeah, well, and also to coach them up and make sure they're ready for the unexpected, right?
So everything reset here. And the kick is an onside kick, bouncing on the ground one time, and a little bit of a tussle. Looks like Westwood had the ball, unless it got stripped away, but they are calling it Westwood ball at the 45-yard line. Good job on the recovery and good opportunity for some learning. They're on special teams.
Good effort by the hands team there. Number 28 on the recovery for the Warriors. Jack Kelly, defensive back.
District games tomorrow night include the Round Rock Dragons taking on the San Antonio Reagan Rattlers. It should be a good ball game. Round Rock again having a tough time of it last week, looking to see if they can get things righted against a good Rattlers team out of San Antonio. Cedar Ridge also with a tough loss last week to Cedar Park. They will be taking on the Austin Bowie Bulldogs. That'll be out at the Reeves Complex. McNeil taking on Pflugerville over at the field in Pflugerville. You got Vista Ridge taking on Georgetown out at Gupton Stadium. Vandergrift will be taking on the Cedar Park Timberwolves, which should be a good Leander ISD game. And Manor taking on San Antonio Cornerstone, a team we've seen before, a private school out of San Antonio that is loaded with good athletes. Manor will have their hands full with that ball club, no question about it.
That's right. A few years ago, they rose up and surprised Round Rock.
Coach Wood is out on the field, and he is not happy about that delay of game. You got to love coaching in high school football. I mean, up by 35, and I'm telling you, it's all about teaching. I love it. I love the passion. First down and 15, ball snapped. The handoff up the middle right, gaining about 3 to 4 yards. In at quarterback, that's Mike Davis, who's received several balls for us this evening. So getting some experience under center. Sutton in still at running back. Now under 10 minutes remaining here in the ball game. A text in here says, as a former Westwood Warrior, Josh Hansen is doing me proud with love from Indiana. His big brother, Logan. Thank you for the text. We appreciate it. Roll out to the left side. Good pressure, really tough pressure by Austin High on the incomplete pass.
Number 44, Will Peeler on the defense, and absolutely disrupting that play. And now the quarterback is
Davis went down
just a little bit.
You could tell that it was happening. Coach Wood walked out to him and was like, fall down. Like, dude, you're hurt. Don't try to tough this out. I mean, cramps are just, it's the worst in a situation like this. And these kids have been hydrating like crazy on the sideline, but there's only so much you can do to keep up with it. As much as you're exercising, I mean, you're just burning through all this stuff and all these calories. So definitely needed to go down. Glad that he did. 9:07 remaining here in the ball game.
He just had that look like, oh, that hurts a little bit. Oh, it hurts, and then that's it. It's you got to call that. And anyone who's ever dealt with cramp like that, it is the worst.
Up on his feet, walking on his own, gingerly, but totally understandable. I'm sure he will be hydrating quite a bit in the locker room after the ball game.
Probably a little disappointed he doesn't get to play quarterback anymore.
Yeah, it was a tough lick he took by the linebacker, who was that number 44, I believe, right?
It was Peeler.
Who's really one of the best players for Austin High School and definitely playing with a lot of pride. Here, even in a tough blowout loss, it's coming. So Norrell back in the ball game at quarterback. Sutton offset to the right side. Twin receivers, both sides. Quick pass out to the left side. Ball bobbled, but then caught out to the 46-yard line. A good gainer, and for a first down on third down for the Warriors.
Number 80, Beck Lappin on the reception. He got, I think, bonus points for catching it twice.
Text in again for Chase Cunningham. Uncle Calvin and Aunt Mary saying, want to say great job tonight for Chase Cunningham, number 33 of the Westwood Warriors. Texting him from Fort Worth, and they're so proud of him. And we are too. The whole team's had a terrific game. Warrior Nation should be proud, and I assure you that Coach Wood is proud of these boys and the effort they put in tonight.
Not quite a first down there. Actually, it's going to bring up fourth.
I totally had the line of scrimmage wrong, so it is fourth down. Fourth down and 8. Clock is rolling with 15 seconds remaining on the play clock. It'll roll the game clock down to 8 minutes, just about. Coach Wood now rolling it and saying you can snap the ball. So first punt of the game for Westwood. The kick is up. It is short. It's a wobbler to the 41, bouncing back to the 50-yard line, to the 49-yard line. Folks, that's a net punt of 2 or 3 yards. We don't know which one it is. But, you know, not what you wanted to see in that instance. Not great execution. Again, learning opportunities, situational play right here. So Coach Wood will definitely have something to discuss with the boys in the special teams aspect.
Yeah, that particular punt play had one of the players come in late, and of course the execution on the kick itself wasn't the best. So yeah, some stuff to work on for special teams.
That's a false start on the offense for Austin High for a game that's been fairly penalty-free. Receiver out on the left side just got a little bit of a head start, got excited. So marching the ball back to the 46-yard line of Austin High School. It will be first down and 15. Clock is rolling now. 7:32 remaining here in the ball game. Ball snapped, rolling out to the right side for a quick pass out to about the 49-yard line. Evading a few tackles. That's number 3. That's Rector, who had the kickoff return in the first quarter. Getting back to the original line of scrimmage, and just a little bit more, it'll be 2nd and 9.
Rector has been pretty active most of the game. Been out there a lot. Had quite a few good catches for the Maroons.
Looking out to the left side, throwing the ball deep, and intercepted by Westwood up the middle, all the way to midfield. That's number 7 on the interception. That's Chestnut Bennett.
There you go. It was an excellent interception by Bennett. Stepped in front of that, and a nice little return.
It looks like Bennett is actually the same thing, just cramping up a little bit on the plays. We'll show you the replay while the trainers are out, getting him up on his feet, and he's jogging off to the sideline. Just as you would imagine, it's just a hot game, and you get dehydrated, and you just do the best you can with the circumstances. Again, was just absolutely telegraphing the pass the entire time. Bennett gets in under it. And a nice return of about 15 yards back to midfield. So with the short punt, no harm, no foul. Westwood gets the ball back. Just under 7 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
So with that exchange, they actually gained a couple of yards.
They did. It was all part of the master plan. Twin receivers both sides. Ball handed off to Sutton up the middle. Austin High with good penetration, getting it stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I would imagine Mr. Sutton right there was thinking, guys, don't do that to me again.
No question about it.
Norrell came over to the sideline and talked to Coach Wood about something. Maybe he saw something out of the defense, wants to try to exploit.
Clock now under 6 minutes in the ball game. And 5 seconds on the play clock. Twin receivers again, both sides. High snap, but nicely controlled. and absolutely buried in the backfield by a couple of Maroons. It'll be a loss of 1. It will be 3rd down and 11.
Well, definitely great hands by Norrell to catch that ball before it went over his head. And then at that point, he's just scrambling, trying to make something out of a broken play. Peeler was able to step up for the defense and bring him down for a small loss on the play.
Peeler's a tough player. He is the kind of guy that often this team will, I would say, continues to have this type of effort throughout the season. He probably is an all-district player. Five seconds remaining on the play clock. Norrell looking out to the left side and throwing to a wide open receiver, but just overthrown by the tiniest margin. That ball intended for number 82. That's Colton Case going incomplete. It'll be 4th down for the Warriors.
Based on the last couple of snaps, I'm wondering if the Warriors have a different center in the game right now.
I think that I think every player on this sideline has gotten in the game.
Yeah.
So 4th down, again, from the 49-yard line, and it is a running clock, folks. We hadn't really mentioned this, but they're not stopping the clock anymore, even on the incomplete pass. The clock is rolling now at 4:20 and 4:19, 4:18. Punt formation, good snap, good hold. The kick is away nicely and much better than the previous effort, and a little bit of applause from the gallery. Getting down to the 30-yard line, so a 21-yard net punt. And that stops the clock at 4:06 remaining in the ballgame.
And answered my own question there about the center. Was 42, Blaine Mitchell, who normally plays defense, but he's in there getting some experience at center for the offense.
Quick pass out to the left side and incomplete. Ball intended for number 11, Nelson Wright. It'll be 2nd down.
The ball was tipped as it went across the offensive line and dropped to the turf.
But again, a running clock going now with the offense snapping the ball. The clock is rolling at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Clock will only stop on a turnover or a score. Ball handed off up the left side and coming up the middle nicely in a breakaway for Austin High on the play. And that is receiver Tate Rice.
By Tate Rice.
So Tate has actually given Austin a little bit of a spark in the second half. Probably has more yardage than anybody on the team would be my guess. Clock just under 3 minutes now remaining.
That tackle was made by number 3, Eb Whitley.
So Bryce setting up in the I formation behind Latham. And handed off again, and a gap up the left side, getting downfield. All the way down to about the 31-yard line to the 30. It'll be another 1st down for the Maroons.
That runs good enough for a Maroon. 1st down.
Maroons are taking advantage of some gaps on the left side of the line.
Well, I said the clock wouldn't stop for any particular reason other than a turnover or a touchdown, but now they've stopped it. So clock stopped at 2:32. Why? I have no idea. There was no timeout. The clock should be rolling. Empty set backfield. Latham looking up the middle left and now throwing the ball deep towards the end zone, and ball is intercepted at the 1-yard line.
I believe that's number 14, Josiah Kent, on the interception there. He was just back there playing center field, jumped up and made a grab. Halting the Maroons' advance on that possession. So it looks now like the Warriors are going to be able to shut this down and just run out the rest of the clock. And more than likely, we're looking at our final score, 49-14.
hard to imagine this would not be the final score. Westwood almost certainly running the ball up the middle for a few plays, and it'll be enough to run the clock out. The clock at 2:22. Offense coming out onto the field. And the play clock now in motion. Twin receivers both sides. Handoff of the ball up the middle, back out to about the line of scrimmage to the 1 or the 2 yard line.
Good tackle by the Maroons. Of course, this deep in your own end of the field, the Warriors do kind of need to make sure they avoid a safety.
Ball marked at the 2 yard line. It will be 2nd and 9 with the clock now under 2 minutes. Five seconds on the play clock, and the ball is snapped. Ball running up the middle to about the 5 yard line. Marked at the 4, and it will be 3rd down. Play clock at 10 seconds. Now 5 seconds. Ball is snapped, and a quick pass out to the side to the perimeter, getting up to about the 10 yard line, but should be just short of getting the 1st down. And the clock is stopped on the out of bounds play with 50 seconds remaining. And Westwood will be punting the ball back to Austin High. Back to receive the punt. Trenton Gray for Austin High at about the 41 yard line of Westwood. 18 seconds remaining on the play clock. And the game clock is now rolling once again under 30 seconds. Good snap. Good kick. High. Short. To about the 35 yard line, bounces to the middle and bounces off of one Westwood Warrior player with 10 seconds remaining here in the ball game, and Austin High will take over for what probably is one more play here in the ball game that will wrap up a emphatic Westwood Warrior victory here tonight over the Austin High School Maroons.
Emphatic is a great word. Great, very appropriate for this performance by the Warriors tonight.
We read a little dictionary tonight, folks. We try to bring something sophisticated to you here. So twin receivers to the left side. And again, looking like one more play here for the Austin High School Maroons. Looking up the right side, throwing on a bit of a wheel route to the 30 yard line, is stopped and tackled. 1 second remaining, and that's the ball game. An absolutely terrific and dominant victory here for the Westwood Warriors over the Austin High School Maroons. Kmart, as the players line up here for their handshakes, midfield, any final observations here of this dominant victory for Westwood?
Well, we've said plenty tonight about how well the Warriors played tonight. They've got a lot of great things that they can hang their hat on as they go finish up non-district play next week against Bastrop, and then looking forward into district play. But they put everything together tonight, from the quarterback to the running back, the receivers, and the defense did a great job. Up and down is a great performance for everybody on this Warriors team.
Agree with you, partner. I tell you what, it was a dominant victory, and I do think Westwood High School is in the thick of this thing. They're absolutely a force to be reckoned with this season, and I think it gets everybody's attention when you see a ball game like this and a score like this, and a great victory for them. One shout out we want to give here at the end of this ball game Austin Independent School District, your IT department was absolutely terrific with us today. You set us up in a really, really good position to bring on a terrific production here. We cannot thank you enough for the hospitality and the way you treated us here. We are former graduates, Kevin and I, from Crockett High School way back in the day, and we're so proud of Austin ISD, and the way you put on a class act here today is an example for anyone to follow. With that, Westwood High School, congratulations on the victory. We are so pleased that we will be joining you again next week down in Bastrop for the battle with the Bears. Until then, we will sign off here from House Park here in Austin, Texas. Again, your final score, Westwood 49, Austin 14. So long from Austin, Texas.
You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.